Hey guys, so today I am here at a gas station, Stuckey's, here in Old Fort, North Carolina. We are putting in today on the Catawba River for an overnight kayaking trip here. So pretty excited. It's been about 6 months since we've been on a river for an overnight trip, so really excited about this. Brian's in the gas station getting a drink right now. So I'm just gonna make my way down here to the river and we'll be putting in soon. So here's a look down at the water. It's pretty bony. There was rain a day and a half ago, so I think it's higher than it could be, but it's still pretty low. It's at about 2 feet. Brian finishing his hydration to get ready for this. Right now the temperature is pretty nice. I think it's in the mid 40s probably, but tonight it's going to be cold. It's going to get down into the low to mid 20s, so definitely going to be cold tonight. So I guess we'll see how it goes. So the put-in for this section is right underneath the bridge at Stuckey's. It's a real easy put-in. So I'm sitting here at the put-in. Just got in, got my gear all together, got my skirt on, and now I actually have a dry suit now, thanks to my wife for Christmas. So it's nice to get out here and use it, because I definitely may be glad I have it later today. So Brian's back there. He's a little bit of a bigger guy, and he's struggling at the moment to get his skirt on, but I'm sure he'll get there. We just got to give him a little time, but it's all good. There's something about that feeling you get the first time being on the water in a long time. You feel fresh, you feel excited, you're just glad to be out in nature. Maybe a little bit of nerves because you don't know what the rapids are going to be like. But more than anything, you're ready to go and leave your worries behind. It's a little more than I was expecting, to be honest with you. Yeah. I think we need to go that way. So try to avoid getting out of the boat, but there's trees completely blocking the other side, so This is the more open side, so this is what we had to do to get back over here. So if you're at higher waters, I see this tree being big issues. But we are at lower water. It should be all right here.
I'm exhausted already.
So I am not sure why that popped off like that, because that wasn't much of anything. So my camera fell off the back. I got a little freaked out, so I jumped out of my boat. A little deeper than I was expecting. And, you know, I'm the one that can't think very clearly. If I would have, you know, thought a little clearly, I would have realized that I had it tethered. And it was just to my side. It just popped out. I guess I didn't have it in there good. Anyway, downriver we go. GoPro, turn off. Why are you giving me so many issues? GoPro, turn off. Maybe it is off. We don't have a real good relationship. think I don't see a great line. I think the best one's right to this water.
Okay.
I'll try. Yeah, Brian, that's it. As a paddler and someone who is consistently trying to improve upon, things that I bring with me on the water, new for this trip was walkie-talkies. So this was sort of a tryout to see how those work for us on the water. This bridge here is Interstate 40. It's only about 1.3 miles downstream from the put-in. I don't think right. little bit of a mess right here. Definitely don't want to go here with that tree sticking out there. Yeah, I don't like this with that tree there at all. I wonder if there's a line on the other side. Might get sucked down into the rapid too. Might get sucked down into the rapid too.
On this side?
Yeah.
Yeah. It probably scoots there, but your head is pretty toward that log.
Yeah. Kind of stuff you got to be careful with. Is there a line on the other side? No? Right on this, I didn't want to. So what we were looking at here was that log you see straight in front of me sticking out into the water. I didn't realize that the flow was going to be so little I was going to get really stuck on those rocks. But if that would have been higher flow, that would have certainly been something to be really careful around. Although if it was higher flow, you could have probably just taken the other lane on the other side, and it would have worked out as well. Somewhat success, somewhat failure. Let's see, is Brian gonna try it? He said no, but let's see if he changes his mind when he gets up there. I thought you might anyway.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to tree or not.
Either right or very far left.
Right's going to pull you into that bank too.
Yeah, I think right will be more fun.
Yeah,
You just gotta get past this little first beach area here. I'm gonna try right.
Best way?
I would actually probably say left at this point. It was kind of bony. Yeah, I think that was better than the way I went.
Huh?
I think that was better than the way I went. This is listed as a class 1 to 2. This might be a helmet rapid. So if you're not sure what you're getting into, it's always smart to go up and scout it. with all the boulders in the middle of this thing, I just thought it was the right move. That current's gonna take you that way. So I think the best way, the safest way, is to cut it right here where it's closer to this side of these rocks here, and just kind of scoot over that and then come this way and then cut it where we see all the white there. Kind of go right in the middle of all that and out into the flow. If you go far right, you're bringing into play those big pillow rocks over there, and I don't think you want to do that if you can avoid it. Good luck. That other way is nasty.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't just run it, because I probably would have done that.
Every now and then, there's this kind of defining time on a river. In this case, everything just, it seemed stuck for a minute, and the flow just seemed kind of messed up, and then just out of nowhere, it became perfect.
Probably. So now Brian's stuck back at the beginning of that stretch, that rocky stretch that I just went through. I made it through there no problem, but it was really quite tricky finding the right line. Hopefully once Brian gets past this little spot he's stuck on, he'll make it through. Because there is a line there. It's just it's really tricky to get through because there's a lot of maneuvering to get through it. So hopefully he makes it through it pretty quickly here. So Brian is finally making his way through that. He was stuck there for quite a few minutes. I thought that would be pretty boring video to show the whole thing of him trying to get through it, but he finally made it, so that is a good thing. So downriver we go. This was quickly becoming one of my favorite runs on any river that I had been on. This was turning into just a fantastic Class 1 and Class 2 run. It had so much to offer, and it was really largely unexpected, so it was just a great surprise and just a great day. About 5 miles into the trip is where we found our first break spot of the day. Just took a few minutes, stretched the legs, and then back down river we went. So coming up here around this bend, right before that bridge was the Greenlee Rapid. The Greenlee Rapid was a notable rapid, especially at higher water. Today, however, the water level was pretty low, so I really wasn't sure what this rapid was going to be, if anything, today.
So with that, my nose actually touched the water there, and the only reason I stayed in my boat was because it was very shallow, and I was able just to push myself back up. So I got a little bit lucky with that one.
Side.
Yeah, I don't like, there's really no great way. I'm gonna try over here. Oh boy,
Do what?
look at this. So we just had a big tree in the way back there that we had to go around, and there was another chute that went off to the right. It was very shallow, but it just turned into rocks, so we had to get out of the boats and get past those rocks there and that tree. That tree, there's no way around that tree. So sometimes that's what you got to do, though. Oh no, no, oh no. None of that's good, Brian. It's probably a little better left of where I went on the left side.
When you find yourself stuck on rocks, and you will find yourself stuck on rocks at times, it's important just to make sure you keep your composure. Sometimes you have to go backwards. Remember, your boat can go forwards or backwards. It's going to work out. Just keep your composure and you'll be all right. At this point, we were almost to the halfway point of our trip, and this run, it just kept giving and giving. And I'm talking about not only rapids, but just great scenery, great flow, just a perfect day outside. It was a little chilly, but it was just fantastic.
Hey there.
Oh, big fish.
Real big fish. So Brian and I decided to bypass this option, but the bridge ahead marked Highway 221 and a great place to stop if you want to get some food. Less than half a mile off of this bridge, there's plenty of fast food options, so just something to think about and remember if this is a river and section that you choose. Now that we had passed Highway 221, it was now time for us to start looking for that campsite.
as per typical for us, we started finding some places to look at for a potential camp place, and the first one never worked, so downriver we went. A few miles had gone by at this point without any luck of finding that campsite. And before we knew it, we were at Yancey Road. So this bridge meant we were getting dangerously close to the lake, and we definitely wanted to find a campsite before we reached the lake. So now it was time to really start getting serious about that campsite.
So we are over 15 miles into this day, looking for a campsite here. These trees on this left side are looking good, so we're just looking for a decent spot to get out. And this could be the ticket, I hope. So we found this island, and it looks like it's going to be a good camp idea spot, but it is muddy. My shoe literally came off. My foot probably went 1.5 feet in the mud, and I lost my shoe, and I had to go down there with my hand to dig it out. That's how deep it is and how muddy it is. But I found a place around this bend after walking the island that I think will be a little better. So I want to go down here and check it out and see if it's a little easier to get out, because I don't think it can be much more difficult than it was back there. So it's morning here. So last night was pretty cold. It got down into the mid-20s, I believe. Right now it's only 30. And the sun is just now starting to poke out. It's after 9 o'clock. We are not getting an early start today because it is so cold. So we're gonna wait just a little bit till we take off. But we only have about, I think, 5 to 6 miles left after this railroad bridge up here, which we can see from here. We will be to the lake, and once we get to the lake, we have about 5 to 6 miles to the Blackbear takeout and the end of our trip. So yesterday was a pretty good day. It's pretty cold. I felt good in having the dry suit, I will say that. Brian did not have a dry suit, but he has said that he will get one now. period, because by the time he got to camp, he was not in a great place. He was absolutely freezing, and with me having the dry suit on, I felt good. I was fine, but it is cold right now. So our camp is actually, there's a pretty big island with a pond in the middle of it, right before the railroad bridge up there. So this there was rain a couple days ago, so some of the takeouts here, places you could take out, was really, really muddy and made it quite difficult. We found a place that had a little tree that wasn't quite as difficult. But this island has great hammock trees all over the place. There's clusters of great trees really all over the place on this island. So if you can get out here, this is a good place to camp. Not amazing, no gravel beach, hard to get to the water, stuff like that. But still a pretty good camp spot here. So I'm gonna walk here toward camp. Some of this island does have briars, and those are no fun. This side where we're at doesn't have a whole lot of them. So let's go over here and look at our setup. So here's my stuff here. Boat right here. I did not do a good job putting my stuff away last night. I'm aware of that. And Brian's boat and Brian's tarp and hammock under there. He's still under there. I don't think he's sleeping. It's just really cold. It took me a lot of courage to get out. And down here at the water, there's a little tree stump thing that goes in the water there. That's what I used to get out. It made it pretty easy, but otherwise, man, you talk about some mud. So it's about 11 o'clock here, and we still got probably half hour till we're ready to put in. Brian's still getting some stuff ready. But the sun came out, and though it's cold out here, it actually feels pretty good. I'm actually a little warm right now in this dry suit. So right across the river here is a cool looking cliff area. So last night was pretty interesting. It was pretty cold, but what I remember most is probably being woken up by the sound of just coyotes and coyotes and coyotes. I'm pretty sure they were somewhere up above on that cliff. But it worked out. We were all good. Wasn't too worried about it, knowing that we're on an island. Although they can probably swim. I don't know.
And with that, all we had left was a beautiful lake paddle on Lake James to make it to the takeout. And I knew that the rapids were over, the river was over, and I was just going to enjoy the morning, or I guess early afternoon.
With the clouds painted white, where I'm fighting to fight, but I'm alright. Not learning to live, learning to die. And all my secrets run to the brightest of one, holding out their guns, staring straight down
sometimes for me, kayaking and kayak camping and these kind of trips, they're an escape. This trip came at a very tough point in not only my life but my family's lives, and it ended up being a great trip and ended up being exactly what I needed. And it just reminds me, you know, even when you're going through hard times, that there's a way to get through it. There's always a way to get through it. And for me, that way is very often getting my kayak, going to a river, and paddling.
Fast asleep and far away, waiting for the day when all I know is the way where I want it to stay, where I want it to stay. Handle my business. I'm a boss, baby, I'm a boss. Calling all the shots. Baby, I'm a boss. You know I'm a baller. I keep the mansion running even when the power's not. I make it here with all them pennies and them dimes I got. 'Cause every day and every night, you know that I'm living large. But I'm on a diet and I'm trying not to eat the carbs. Gonna get a pimped out two-door Honda Civic. You know how I handle